Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading for Wonho. He is a former member of Monsta X, and also for Monsta X current members. I think that someone was very kind to actually make this recommendation. And since I want to, to get into new groups, I do appreciate these kinds of recommendations. So, from what I know a little bit, that he is no longer part of the group. I'm talking about Wonho. So probably what this person was requesting me to read about, it's how this relationship is doing between each other, or how do they feel about each other, or how they view each other, and what's the state of the relationship at the moment or in the near future. So let's see what the tarot has to say about it. So I placed Wonho on the left and Monsta X members on the right, and then in the middle it's the relationship as an overall. So let's start with Wonho. He got the Hangman, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So definitely he is, at this moment, he is, at least in his personal life, or it could be also work, because I see a lot of pentacles here. He is on a pause. When we have the Hangman, definitely it means that sometimes maybe you are in a kind of halt in your activities. There's a need for you to stop a bit and reflect about what your next move is going to be. And sometimes when you do have to make a pause, it says it's a bit uncomfortable, and generally it's unwillingly, because it's like there's an inner purpose or a bigger purpose of why you have to stop to see and to be able to see situations from another perspective or from another point of view. I have the feeling that he had been confused for a while, that somehow he had been a bit like not knowing where to stand, and I think that he is looking for some kind of stability. Probably maybe ever since he left the group, somehow stability for him has been a bit difficult to achieve. And I think that he wants to probably be more strategic, and at the same time um, he wants to see more results in his work. It's not that he isn't working or that he's not producing anything. It's just that it seems like everything right now is a bit slow, and some things are in a lot of delays, and probably the process of planning and correcting a few things, it all is going to take a lot of patience, and at the same time it's going to take money, because as I see these pentacles here, definitely there's something about money and the need to actually be very strategic about how you're going to use it, because I don't think it's something that it's that there's like a good budget. I think that things need to be very well planned, and I think that he is a bit like not comfortable about it, and at the same time there's something about him and money. I don't know why. I don't know much about these groups dynamics, but I think that he had always had some kind of issue with money. There's something about him not being able to be stable. there's like, I don't think that it's that he lacks money or that he lacks um, like material. It's just that it seems like it always is like taken away from him, or somehow there has to be other people managing the money for him, or doing some planning for him. And I was looking for Monsta X, including Wonho, birth charts, and from what I could see, a lot of them have Gemini placements. They could be Geminis, or they have like Moon in Geminis, they have Mars in Gemini, also a lot of Pisces as well. So there's a bit of an energy that it's very fluent. It's an energy that flows and that it's very adaptable, but at the same time I think that it's not very stable, and I think that this is why I'm seeing him like the hangman, and I'm seeing all these pentacles here, because somehow life is putting him in this uncomfortable situation so he can like be more in contact with that side of himself that is lacking, and that probably if he is not stable at this moment in his life or in his career or what he wants to pursue, is because probably he's not very organized. It's like he needs to develop a sense of being more detail orientated, or being a bit more like patient, and I think that his energy is like very mutable. It's very changing all the time, and he sometimes is like he gives up easily sometimes. I think that this is why if he is under pressure or under stress, somehow he just wants to evade some responsibilities, and I think that this is what this is showing me, and this, I think that it has to do with this decision of leaving the group, or actually his feelings towards the other members. I think that there's a part of him also that probably feels a bit guilty, or a bit like remorseful about past decisions. He definitely needs to be able to observe himself more, but not to judge him, not to judge himself, not to be like, oh, I did this wrong. Just to be able to build some stable foundation for himself. I believe that he is on his way to making it. It's going to take time for him. But I think that somehow, probably being part of this group actually for a very long time gave him this kind of stability. And now that he is on his own, or that he has been on his own, it's like he cannot find the right balance, or he cannot connect with his inner resources, or with his creativity, or with his attributes, or his talents. Maybe he's a bit disconnected and a bit lost. There's a sense of him like being very imaginative, of being like his head's always on the clouds. So this is why the pentacles here are like advising him to surround himself with people that can ground him, like I know that there's one, I think that his name is Shonu, that is one of the members, that I think that he is a Gemini, but his moon is in Capricorn. And I was like, oh, maybe that guy is like the leader, because a moon in Capricorn is really good to actually be very diligent, and being very like proactive, and being like the organizer, or the one that keeps everyone under control. I think that sometimes being having like someone with a strong placements in Capricorn, definitely it can help to the group to be more like stable, more grounded, and more realistic at the same time about what they want to achieve and how to be able to turn these ideas into reality. Because what I think what happens with Wonho is that he does have great ideas, and probably he's very talented and he's very intuitive, and he's very he has a lot of like inspirations and ideas that he wants to achieve, but it's like he lacks earth. He lacks earth's elements. He needs to ground himself a bit more. But I think he will. And then if we see Monsta X members, we have the King of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So yes, definitely, I think that they have a lot of love for Wonho, because these two characters, the king and the queen, they are represented by the element of cups. So it's a lot of love and a lot of emotions. And I think that since they are represented by this king and queen, like I was saying, they are more like seasoned. I don't know why, but I think that they are more experienced than Wonho, or probably they had been able to go through as a group, to go through different transformations or instances that had made them stronger, tougher, and like now they can see themselves in these kinds of roles, of these kinds of images that we see here, that being represented by a king and a queen. Definitely it talks about the evolution of the element and also about experience. So even though they do have a lot of love and a lot of feelings and probably they get emotional when they think about Gonho. There's no hurt feelings here. There's no like resentment. It's just that they had to move on pretty quickly. I don't know what happened, but I think that they just had no other option but to keep working and to keep producing, and to just like they didn't have time to go, like from a mourning process or something like that. They didn't have time. They just had to keep working. Probably they had like the schedule already planned. So I think that this is why probably right now, even though they do have like very sensitive feelings about him leaving, at the same time, they are in this place of acceptance, and they are in this place of that they are really like survivors of the situation. Like I said, when a member leaves or when something happens in a group, the absence of a member, the group that remains, the members that remains, actually they do suffer a lot. They they stay like a bit shocked and traumatized, even though they are advised to not talk about it or to not express it. But there's a bit of a heartache, like when you break up of a relationship. It doesn't matter if you did have like a good or a positive separation or not. It means that you have to start over, and it's like you have to erase someone from the it's like when you have to do like some kind of Photoshop, where you have to erase that person from a picture. And it's a bit traumatic because they do work and train and spend a lot of time together. So when some members are no longer with them, there's a bit of like a trauma. There's a bit of an emptiness. There's something in there that needs to heal. Eventually the time does it, and I think that this is why I think that I see the Eight of Wands in here. It's like they are saying to me that even though they were really emotional and confused, and they had a lot of mixed feelings about it, they had to move on. They had to keep going. Like the the phrase "the show must go on," something like that. So now they are like looking at the situation with a much like greater understanding of how life works and how things are meant to be. I think that the reason why I see that there's these two figures that represents cups, it's because probably a lot of the members that are a part of the group, they do have a lot of water in their charts, or a lot of like water placements. So they, even though they are very emotional, at the same time they are very wise, they are very profound, and even though they are sensitive, at the same time they are very resilient. So this is what I see. I see them like as this king and queen, them standing in their throne, like being accepting of their past, of their history with Wonho, of not denying or rejecting anything. They just float with whatever had to be done in the moment. So I think that definitely they are very professional, and they are very like they have very gentle souls. I do like these Monsta X members. I like how they are in this state in their career. I believe that they, like I said, they seem more seasoned by experience. They seem more, because it's not about being professional, it's more about like you owning your own experiences. You being like, okay, yes, I went through some hardships, but now I'm standing here nevertheless, and I will continue working, and I will take the opportunities that come my way, and I will try to do my best, and we will try to do our best with whatever comes our way. So this is why I think that their energy is very resilient. There's no room here for confusion, no regrets, no looking at the past. There's like a great understanding. And this understanding comes from a very emotional place, not only from the mind. So then, as for the relationship as an overall, we have the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Swords. So definitely for them and for Wonho, it's going to be a very passionate beginning soon. And with the Wheel of Fortune, probably there's going to be a lot of changes for them. Probably things will start eventually moving to a transition, or probably if they want to keep working on something new, or if they want to keep promoting new stuff, both will have the opportunity. I think that for Monsta X members, I think that they are already on their way to make things happen for themselves, or to promote. Probably they are already promoting something, but I think that for Wonho is going to take a little bit longer, because he needs, like I said, he needs to do some adjustments to his personal life. I think that he also needs to surround himself with people that are more trustworthy, with people that, like I said, with people that are a bit more stable, like probably people that have that are earth signs, like Taurus, Capricorn, Virgos, because he needs someone that actually can help him like organize his agenda, his schedule. He needs organization. He needs like a Marie Kondo in his life, but in his professional life, I mean it. And I think that he will eventually like move on to actually create something, a new new material for himself, but it's going to take a while. It's not the same for Monsta X. I see that Monsta X is already like moving on to a next, probably like a next era or concept. They are busy, they are very passionate. They just want, because here with the Wheel of Fortune, they just want to keep going. They just want to keep flowing with whatever is available for them, and they are very passionate people. And if we think about the nature of the relationship of Wonho and Monsta X, I think that definitely there's a lot of a lot of desire for things to change. So probably they just like they are moving on and like entering a new phase in their career. They also are waiting for Wonho to catch up with them. To be like, okay, yes, we are on this next stage. We hope to see you there. We hope so we can meet, so we can connect more often, so we can reunite. I think that it's about this. It's about let's move on. I'm entering a new phase in my life, but I don't want to miss our connection. But I cannot slow down, or I cannot slow down my pace, so I can meet you halfway. I think that they are like almost like motivating Wonho to be like, okay, we are moving to this next stage. We hope to see you there. So please hurry up, because and they also think that they also have a lot of desire to create some kind of project with Wonho. So I see them like they are very passionate group. Like I said, if maybe some of you are their fan, I would like for you to give me some kind of feedback, because um, I would like to know a bit about them. But I see them like very focused. Like they go with the flow. Since they have the wheel of fortune turning for them, they are like, okay, we will keep moving to our next goal. We keep moving. And they're waiting for Wonho to catch up. They're waiting for him. They're waiting for him. They definitely want to see him succeed, and they trust in him that he will make it. But at the same time, I think that they are very understanding of Wonho's circumstances. I think that they know. Well, they know him. They lived a while with him. So, but they are like waving at him, like we are here. We meet us there, something like that, something very motivational. So yes, guys, this is all I have for Wonho and Monsta X members relationship. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.